Hey, we're going again because we're bad at this.
Round two.
Round two. Fight.
Hey, what's up, guys? I'm Ryan.
And I'm Justin, and this is Pods on Marketing. Today, we are answering 10 of the most common questions we get about social media marketing. We have them written down here. We're going to go through them and give you our 5, 10 cents, maybe even 2 bits on them. Ryan, you want to fire up with the first one?
Let's do it. So number one, and these aren't in any particular order, of course, but anyways, it's our number one for this video. So how do I get more followers on Instagram that actually convert into clients? Justin, take it away.
Well, this is something we've talked about a lot because it's all about having the content in there to build your audience and recognizing that not every follower turns into a client. But the more follows you have, the more likely you will have to convert them. So it is a numbers game. Yes. Building and growing your follower count really helps. The other piece in there is to make sure you're giving valuable content. You can have all the fun stuff. You can have, I went to this charity event and I went to this. But when you're looking at the things you do in your day-to-day that give value to your clients that are actually buyers and sellers, sharing that stuff. Here's how I stage a house. Here's how I market a house. Here's what I do to make sure that my buyers know how to give an offer. Here's how I counsel on mortgages. Like all that stuff you do that brings value to your actual clients brings value to your viewers too and gets them to follow, like, and subscribe, which you guys should do on this one.
And that really does matter, like Justin's saying. I think one of the biggest misconceptions is a lot of agents get on these certain platforms, let's say Instagram for particular, and they just are posting just sold, showing open houses. And while that's important and it shows credibility, I think there's 2 kinds of content you should post, like your attraction content, right? Which is going to expand your reach and get you views. So that's kind of like the funny stuff, personal stuff, family stuff. Then you have your credibility content. You're just listed, just sold, market updates, and giving out valuable information. And then if you mix all those together with the call to action, you'll start converting.
Yeah, you want to ask for the sale on there. And besides asking for the sale, stuff that can really spread your reach is doing collaborations. That's when you film an Instagram reel with somebody and tag them in it as a collaborator. When you have a buyer moving into their house or a seller who just sold their house, if you ask them, hey, do you think other people should work with me? And if so, why? And then invite them to be a collaborator on it, you might get referrals off of that they didn't refer but just saw you in the collaborator video.
Absolutely. And it's going to be even better than a referral because it's natural looking. So it's
yeah,
like, you know,
it's not the ask.
Yeah.
The next question we have is, what's the best platform to focus on? Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, or YouTube?
We get asked this all the time. And the answer is yes. Focus on all of them, right? So in the beginning, you're going to want to focus on every platform because you want to put yourself in a position to be seen by as many people as possible. And most importantly, to have as many opportunities to convert clients and to attract clients as possible. So I always recommend posting on all platforms in the beginning, finding which one you like most and which one suits you best. And then once you find that platform, push it, push it, push it.
Watch what happens when you post the same content to all of them. So Instagram and Facebook are kind of joined at the hip.
Yeah.
So you can make it so anything you post on Instagram goes to Facebook, and that's pretty easy. But the same content you post there, you can post on TikTok. And you can also post it on YouTube through YouTube Shorts.
Yes.
So when you post in all of those places and then watch what comes back, the reels will perform very differently. The people will behave very differently. And you'll find your tribe. You'll find who your people are and what platform they're on.
Absolutely. I mean, that's a great point. So just keep creating, though, because in the beginning, even for Justin, even for myself, I was literally posting videos for myself. But after we kept doing it for a while, then people start noticing and then the following grows. So just keep at it.
Yeah. And for YouTube, there's a split. So in addition to YouTube Shorts, there's YouTube, which if you're not listening to this and you're watching it, that's where you're seeing it. YouTube itself has a lot of possibility for realtors, especially because not all the realtors are on it.
Yeah.
There are fewer realtors on YouTube than there are on Instagram. And because of that, it's not as crowded of a venue. But it also means that it's a lot more work. And that's why there's not as many on there. So make sure you're somebody that can do 10 to 15 minutes of content to turn into a YouTube video instead of jumping in and trying to get it with daily lives and stuff. It's not going to be as beneficial to you.
Yep.
So make sure you're that kind of person.
All right, guys.
All right, we're on this one.
We're on the next one. Okay. What should I post if I don't have a listing? And that's a great question. Justin.
This is something that's actually, I just sat down with like 6 realtors today and went through this. There's 2 things that are really easy to do to get this out. If you don't have a listing, reach out to another realtor in your brokerage and go, hey, can I post about your house? If they say yes, record your screen and scroll through the listing for that house. Then record your face talking about the house, remove background, overlay it in CapCut, and your video's done, and post it. It's a 5-minute to a 1-minute video, and it's super easy to do. The other thing you can do is you can talk about the stuff that ends up in the listing itself. So I don't have a listing right now, but when I don't have a listing, I'm thinking about all of these other properties I see. I think about that house and that house. So if you're on your walk, let's film your neighborhood.
Yeah. And then another thing too is like show your daily activities. Like, show yourself working, show yourself on the phone, show yourself all the things that you do for your clients. You can show yourself doing that. So like, I honestly think it's a benefit to show that kind of stuff instead of just showing only listings or only solds. Show you, because at the end of the day, the person's picking you. There's a million realtors out there.
Yeah. Neighborhood reels are really good too.
Yeah.
Where you just kind of show off the local coffee shop or the new restaurant that opened. Those perform really well and bring you in people outside of your normal sphere. So there's 4 different things that you can post when you don't have listings and go get more people on there. Next question we've got is, how do I stay consistent with content when I'm busy with deals? Ooh. Good problem to have. Suggestions?
Yeah, so this one's a good one. So I mean, we go through this. I know I do.
Yeah.
It's easy, we're busy, we're working, and the thing is it's hard to find the time to actually do it if you're doing it every day. And that's the mistake that I was making. So what I recommend is batching your content. So like on Sundays, I'll create like 4 or 5 videos, and then I have those to post for the week. And I found that to be a lot easier than trying to block out an hour or 2 every day to create content. So if you kind of take your time and have a content day, or even just spend a couple hours, block out time, create, and then go back to your normal stuff, and you have all that content to post for the week.
Yeah, and if you're getting stuck, I recommend ChatGPT all the time. Like, you can ask ChatGPT, hey, I need an idea for an Instagram reel that will appeal to buyers in Las Vegas, Nevada. And when you throw something like that in there, it'll give you some ideas back, and you just pick the script that's easiest and fits best and just film it and get it up there. You can program it so that it'll give you better calls to action. You can program it so it gives you better hooks. So rely on that if you're having issues with getting fully original content, because sometimes you just need to be present.
Right. And Justin's right. And one other thing I want to take a second to highly recommend, and this is what I do. A lot of times you'll see the only thing where ChatGPT, because I use it myself, but where it kind of backfires for some people is they have a certain personality and style, and then they ChatGPT a script. And like Justin said, they don't check to see if it fits them and their brand. So it's kind of like you watching, you're like, whoa, where did that come from? So a quick little trick that you can do when I do get recommendations from ChatGPT, I always write it as if you were at irulesocialmedia. And that's my Instagram name, right? So if you write it as if at your Instagram name, it's going to write and create that content in whatever your, style of talking is and your style of branding and writing. So that's a good way to make sure the content you're getting suits you and your brand.
You can also schedule your content. So in the same way that you can batch produce your content, and say you get 3 or 4 reels on Saturday and you're really excited and on a roll and they just came to you, schedule one for Monday, one for Wednesday, and one for Friday.
Yep.
And then if you come up with more reels, schedule them for the next week. Like, you can make it so that you're not even the one that has to push the button to send it. So scheduling
is key,
and relying on other ways. The other thing I'll say is that you can do stuff that's longer form like this, and then you can put it into programs that'll just chop it up into short content for you, just for the omnipresence.
Yes.
Opus.pro we recommend.
And by this time, you guys, Opus.pro, you should probably sponsor us. I'm just going to throw that out there. We always recommend you guys.
We do. Next question is, should I post personal stuff or keep it strictly real estate?
Absolutely. So we kind of just mentioned this in the last question we answered. And a lot of times agents come in, they say, hey, I have a business page and I have a personal page. Well, the days of that are honestly pretty much over, and you need to show yourself and your personality. I mean, like I said, there's a million realtors out there. Why are they choosing you? And that's what you should be showing them.
Yeah, it's definitely a ratio, and you don't want too much personal, but a 50-50 split works. Yeah. And then as you get bigger and you see what's performing better, If your business stuff is performing better, you can go 70-30 and just be like, put more stuff on your stories that's personal,
right,
and more business stuff on the main. But you should have both in there, both kinds of content.
Yeah, and don't be afraid to test stuff. Like I create all kinds of different content, and then I look at the numbers, see what does best, and I push for that. So it's a constant optimization. If you really want to grow and convert, you have to always be looking at your numbers, see what's working, push it. What's not working, trash it.
And you can do that. You don't have to do that always, but you have to consistently do it. So Fridays may be review day or Wednesdays, but you have to review it consistently.
It helps. Let's see. What do we have next? I like this one really a lot. So this is one we get asked a lot also. Should I boost posts or run actual ads? And what's the difference?
Yeah. So the biggest difference between the two is when you're early on and you're looking at this, boosting posts is going to give you better reach and it's going to grow your following. It will definitely help with that. But it's probably not going to be as targeted of an ad. And the reason I say that is because a boost is just something you do inside of Instagram. So it's not manipulating the audience on the other side to be targeted to people you want to do something. All it's trying to do is get you more likes and engagement. If you run Facebook ads, well, they're on Meta ads now, right? So a Meta ad is an Instagram ad. But you have much more powerful tools. You can tell it, hey, I only want to show this to people in Las Vegas. I only want to show this to people in California. You can target it to your audience. You can say, and you literally can say, people that are buying houses or are in the house buying process. And it has that as a category. So the difference is a boost just gets you more engagement. An ad targets buyers, like possible clients, not just buyers, but possible clients and sellers.
Yeah, I mean, he nailed it. When you boost your post, that's to grow your audience and attract more people. If you're running ads, it's to get more business. I mean, it's really that simple. I mean, there's no point of running ads to grow your following. Like Justin said, boost your post when you're first starting out. If you don't have a following, boost a couple bucks on each post to get a broader reach. And then once you've done that and you're ready to run Meta ads, do that to get buyers and sellers.
Yep. So it does give you that authority. It's really nice. Do hashtags still work in 2025?
Yeah, that's a great one. So hashtags used to be like the secret sauce. They used to be amazing and get you tons of reach. Nowadays, not so much. They're more so for like categorization, right? So they're going to put you in different categories, put you in different content pools. But most platforms have moved to like more of an SEO rich platform. So though you still want to include them, they're not going to get you the reach that they used to.
Yeah, we're talking about companies that are so good at analyzing the content that they're able to pair it with the people that it's supposed to go to without having any description of it. Yep. So even this, when we upload it to YouTube, the whole transcript is known. So if somebody searches for something that's inside of the video, the search result will show the minute in the video that the answer is at. So the hashtags themselves aren't as important anymore, but they are still using them. YouTube uses tags. Hashtags are on Instagram and Facebook and TikTok, and they're still there. I don't know for how much longer until it's just all done off of what's inside of it.
Yeah, well, as technology grows, it's just going to, they're like Justin said, every second of your video, they can analyze it, pull it, and provide it to the user. Because remember, their job at the end of the day is to keep people on their platform as long as they can.
Yep.
So
and the way to do that is with
give them
what they want to see.
So tell me what you want, what you really
want. No, Spice Girls, no Ryan Girls. Yeah, this next one?
The next one, which one?
This one.
Okay. All right, so the next one is, what's the best way to use Reels or TikToks for lead generation? Justin's got this.
Yeah, so one of the things that works really well here for getting the leads is asking for the lead, asking for the sale. If you're ready to buy, reach out to me. If you're ready to sell, reach out to me. You can also do other stuff that's just getting them in the buying mood. If you want to know what you'd qualify for, let me hook you up with a lender. Yep. If you want to know how much your home will sell for, let me give you a valuation. So those asks need to be in there, but they don't need to be everywhere. They just need to be present. If all of your videos are asking for business, it's not going to be a very entertaining channel.
And you're going to get unfollowed.
You're going to get unfollowed. Yeah. And so as you're making these Reels and TikToks and going for lead generation, you can also go for reach. And when you're going for reach, you're really trying to figure out what's going viral now. So use trending music. Look around and see what's happening in the real estate space. There's some people, Lisa Dubois is a realtor that plays hide and seek in her houses, and those are her reels. There's realtor Caitlin, who's super sarcastic and dry. And for some reason, like
It works.
is like down on the ground being really weird. So there's super weird ways to do it. As we said before, when we were talking about the different channels, find your niche.
Yes.
Find your thing that social media likes that you do. And that's going to get you the reach. And then you ask for the sale.
Yeah. I mean, once again, he nailed it. The only thing I would add into that too, and this is like goes into more so of like your reach and your engagement. One thing I always do is I always like comment and engage on posts like 10 to 20 minutes before I post and then 10 to 20 minutes after. And if you want your content to do well, you need to like and congratulate and acknowledge other people's content. That's one of the things I think a lot of people are missing is social media. So be social.
Yeah, this goes into the next question is what's the difference between reach, engagement, and conversion, and which one matters most?
Nice. That's a good question.
Yeah, you're right on it.
All right. So reach is how many people your content's reaching out to, how many eyes are getting on your content, how many views you're getting, how much exposure you're getting. Engagement is how many people are interacting with your content. So liking, commenting,
Sharing.
people sharing, saving. And then conversions are followers. Are you getting new followers from it? Are people filling out your lead forms? Are people DMing you and messaging you? Like, what are you getting from the content? And that's a conversion. I think they're all important because you can't get conversion if you don't have the other two. But I mean, at the end of the day, the numbers that are measured typically the most are conversion rates, but those come from, reach and engagement.
Yeah, and you don't have as much control over reach. So the algorithm is going to determine who gets to see your video and how much of a reach it has.
Yeah.
But once it starts showing the video, it's going to do that based on what people engage with it and follow. So your content is what changes those things, and your goal is engagement. I wouldn't worry about reach. If you can get the engagement right, the reach will come. But you can use that metric of how many views something got and how many likes, follows, and subscribes. That's different. That's this one, like, follow, subscribe. But you can, by that, you can tell what content the algorithm is responding to, which is very useful.
Nailed it.
Last question.
The last one, should I boost? Wait.
No, you did that one.
did that one.
That's last. Last is at the bottom.
Oh, this one's a good one. All right. So how do I create content that builds
taking my
trust?
piece of paper. I'm taking your piece of paper.
Deal. Well, so see, this is how we're building content. We're showing you guys our true, authentic selves while offering value. And that's exactly what I was going to say, right? So the question is how do I create content that builds trust, not just gets views? And I mean, here's the thing. The trending stuff's cool. That's just going to get views. But like Justin and I said earlier, by offering value, by showing the things that you do for your clients, and by posting your listed just solds, those are what's going to get you the credibility. It's what's going to get you credibility and build authority, right? So by building credibility and authority, that's going to cause viewers to take action. So in my opinion, the best way to do this and to actually turn views into clients is by offering information and value that people don't get from other pages.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Answer real questions though. Like I saw one of the agents, I don't want to say any names, but I saw a poster like, did you know you could buy with no money down? And a lot of people don't know that. Regardless of what the program is or what the technicalities of it are, I guarantee you they got a lot of engagement from that post.
Yeah. The stuff that's going to create real credibility, real trust is the real stuff. And I even say this about the ChatGPT stuff. The ChatGPT stuff is great for getting out there, but it's omnipresent content. It's making sure you post. It's trying to get virality. It's trying to reach engagement. Balancing that on the other side, you want to be a place where they come to get reliable information. Don't let your stuff be wrong. So check yourself, check your numbers. And you can do stuff like quarterly updates, monthly updates. What happened last week in Las Vegas? What's happening this week? And those things, those information pieces help them see that you're in touch, that you're in this market, that you know this market. Yep. And that's going to get you that credibility. Be a credible source of information. Be a credible source of information.
That's it.
That's it. So with that, those are the 10 questions we've been hearing about social media marketing. We did 10 questions. This is more tips for you. We did 10 questions because it's the kind of title that people like to see. 10 questions realtors have about marketing on social media is a good title, right? It tells you exactly what you're going to get. And we hope that in this, we've given you that. If you need marketing services and are in the Las Vegas area and are a realtor, we can work with you.
Call us, text us, DM us, Pigeon Carrier. Just get in touch with us. We'll help you. You never know.
No. All right. Bird shows up at my house. I will remind my dog not to eat it.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, all right.
There's a very small letter on this bird.
Help.
Yeah. I couldn't get my handle on this little piece of paper. Who am I reaching out to?
Oh, man.
You can find me on Instagram at JustinMarket702.
You can find me at irulesocialmedia.
We have been Pods on Marketing.
Bye.